Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so excited about this video. I finally have time to sit down and film it. My skin was freaking out a little bit for a while, and I didn't want to do this until it was back to normal, so we're back to normal. Today is going to be a clean beauty, green beauty, drugstore makeup look. I know that when you dive into the green beauty or clean beauty world, it can be expensive, and not to say that these prices aren't a little up there for drugstore, because it is more on the expensive end. But these are all products that you can buy at your local, like CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Target, things like that. So it's readily available for you to pick up. You don't have to order specifically through an online store or a specialty beauty store or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited because this is going to be featuring a new foundation, and I've worn it a few times before, so I have a little bit of an opinion on it. And excuse me, it's a little bit dirty because it was in my makeup bag. But it is the Pacifica Alight Clean Foundation. It comes in a nice glass bottle, and you get 0.90 fluid ounces, and I think it runs like $16 to $17 on Ulta, and that's where I got mine. So just a forewarning, this is not really my shade right now. It might match my face, but I have a little bit of self-tan on my neck. So this is the shade 33NL, so I'm pretty sure that's neutral light. I ordered two other shades, but this one was like my pale shade. So I'm going to go in with this, and I will say it is a full coverage foundation. It looks like makeup. So I have not worn makeup like that in a while. The foundations that I'm used to wearing are more like a natural skin looking foundations. So this is very full coverage, and it looks like you're wearing makeup. Look at how full coverage it is. I was kind of amazed whenever I first put it on. I was like, whoa, I haven't found a green or clean beauty foundation that is this full coverage. So like I said, I've worn it a few times, and the thing that I don't like about it is that it looks like makeup. But with a full coverage foundation, that's just what it is. So I don't wear this like during the week or anything like that, but if I know that I want like a full glam look or something like that, or if I'm going out on the weekend, which doesn't really happen that often, but I'll wear this, or I'll mix it in with like my beauty counter foundation to sheer it out a little bit. But the littlest bit goes such a long way with this foundation. The ingredients in it, if you're not familiar with Pacifica, I think their whole line is vegan and cruelty free. And so this is formulated without silicone, formaldehyde, phthalates, mineral oil, parabens, or petroleum. There is a fragrance in it. They say that it's a natural blend of oils and whatnot, but take your, do what you want with that, whatever. I don't wear it that often, so I'm comfortable with the ingredients. But this is like maybe one full pump. I'm just like barely putting this on my sponge. And I like to apply foundations with a sponge the most. I do brushes every now and then, but my absolute favorite is with a sponge. And this is the e.l.f. Cosmetics sponge from Walmart. So that's the face. I'll scoot up so you guys can see. I usually get a lot of like discoloration. It's improved quite a bit, but I've had acne marks here in the past, and it covered them. So redness on the cheeks. I feel like I have just like a blank slate to put other makeup on. So I'll blend it a little bit down my neck, but you can kind of tell that it doesn't match. So we'll just pretend that this is my shade right now. So foundation is full coverage. Next we'll go into the concealer. The concealer is not full coverage. It looks like it is, and I've got two shades of that. I'll swatch it on my arm for you guys. I have the 18 Warm Light WL, and that's that shade right there. Sorry if you hear my dog. And I have 20 Neutral Fair NF. So that's the 20 NF, and this is the 18 WL. I will use the 20 Neutral Fair to highlight under my eyes. So if I wear this with other foundations, I can really tell that it's not full coverage. So I'm gonna apply it just like I would like my old Tarte Shape Tape, like I would just put it here in the center and then use my Beauty Blender and blend it out. The reason I don't say that this is full coverage on its own is because I still see dark circles right through here. But of course, if you put the foundation down underneath and you take it a little bit under your eye, it's gonna give you a full coverage effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that like on my eyelid. And it's just so nice to have concealers that you don't have to dip your finger into in a pot or anything like that. So that's one reason why I love like the Beauty Counter Touch-Up Concealer Pen, because it has a brush included. Okay, so there's the difference. I got a lot of makeup on my eyebrows. So again, I still see a lot of my skin underneath, so I wouldn't say it's full coverage. It's not that I don't like it, because I like a more natural look, but if they're claiming this is like a full coverage, and they are, I wouldn't say that it's. Tarte Shape Tape is definitely more full coverage than this. So just blending it out. I always start it in the corner and blend outwards, kind of in that triangle area. And then again onto my eyelid and inner corner, because I get a lot of darkness there. So I will say that the foundation concealer, they wear pretty well throughout the day. Like I said, I've worn it a few times. But by the end of the day, you can just tell you're wearing makeup. I mean, if you look at your face close up in the mirror, you're going to see it looks a little cakey and things like that. But I don't think it's a bad foundation. So if you're wanting a full coverage look, here's a close-up of concealer and foundation. And it's more on like the satin side. So you can kind of see I have a little bit of a glow going on. So I don't hate it, but I wouldn't wear it all the time. But it makes my skin look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So next I'm gonna go into powder. I just depotted a few of my products. And so I have it in this salt palette. This was my birthday present to myself. It is a zipper palette that you can depot your things into. So in here I have a Beauty Counter blush, a Burt's Bees powder. This is a Physicians Formula bronzer, and then this is a Discover Found contour. So I have been trying to use this, and these all broke, so they look a little weird, and I had to put them back together. So I'm going to set my face just a little bit using the Burt's Bees. This is their mattifying foundation, powder foundation, and I'm just going to lightly dust it over my face. I think I have this is the shade Vanilla. So I'm going to use a brush and just set that concealer, and it gives a nice matte effect. And I'm also going to take that on my eyelid because it does crease a little bit. And a little bit in my T-zone. Okay, that's the powder. And I think like that maybe runs like $12 to $14, the Burt's Bees powder. It comes in a little package like this. This is the blush, and it comes in a bigger package like that. Next, we're gonna go to Physicians Formula bronzer. This is from the organic line. So they have like the butter bronzers and things like that, which if you look them up on the app like Think Dirty or the EWG app, I think those bronzers rate like maybe a 5 or 6. Do what you want. This only rates like a 3, I think, so that's like the green category. And it is, again, the organic line, and this is the color. I've only used this a couple times, so I don't really know if like I love it or whatnot. So I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush and apply the bronzer. I actually ordered this one online because my local like Walmart, CVS, Kmart, well, we don't have Kmart anymore, but these this line was not in stores. So just bronzing up the face a little bit. I wish I would have kept like the packaging. This is called 100% Natural Origin Bronzer, Natural Glow Bronze. I think this is the only shade, I'm pretty sure, from what I saw online. Just giving a little bit of glow to the skin. I love bronzer so much. I think it's really pretty. It's blending really well over the foundation, so I really like that. And then next I'm gonna go back into my little palette here, and this is the Found Sculpt and Define Contour Palette. This is one of the singles that I popped out of there. That was so hard to depot. I don't recommend trying to do that. So I'm gonna take just a fluffy brush again, and this is gonna go down my nose. Just very lightly. Just pretty lightly. And then I'm gonna take the same shade and contour a little bit. So I'm gonna go just into like the hollows of the cheeks. I'm gonna go down a little bit, kind of the same places you would put bronzer, but focusing it more just in the hollows. I'm kind of going up with it so it gives you the illusion of a lifted cheekbone. And then I'll take a little bit on the side of like my temples, bring in my forehead a little bit. And a lot of my brushes I would consider drugstore too. I use a lot of Real Techniques and brushes that I just find at TJ Maxx. So they're all pretty affordable too. Okay, so that's the contour. That was the Found Sculpt and Define. It's the contour palette. And I just need to buy myself a new one. I love that thing so much. Then we're gonna go in with blush. And this is the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Shy Pink. It is so pigmented and it's really pretty. I used to use this all the time and I totally even forgot I had it. So I'm just gonna like lightly, just a one little dab and tap it off. It's just a pretty pink. And again, I think these are like $9 to $10. So anytime that you go into like the natural products and things like that, it's not cheap. Even drugstore, you're gonna spend a little bit more money than say you would on brands like Maybelline or CoverGirl and things like that. But it's accessible to you at all of those same stores that, you know, regular brands are. So here's the face so far. I think it looks pretty. You can definitely tell I'm wearing makeup. I have a lot of visible pores on my forehead and the makeup just kind of settles into there. I could have used a pore filling primer, but I didn't have any that were drugstore, so just give you guys like the full effect of the foundation. And that's creasing a little bit. We'll go ahead with eyeshadow, and for eyeshadow I have the Found palette from Walmart again. This is really pretty. Again, I used to use this all the time, and here are the shades in here. It's more of a warm palette. I really do like it a lot, and I actually use one of these for my brows too. So I'm thinking just like a brown smoky eye, kind of neutral, just to show you guys like the colors of everything. So the first shade that I'm gonna take is this one right here. It is the shade Alabaster, and that I'm just gonna put it all over my lid. It's like my base color. So everything else blends nicely on top of it. So I'm like not precise or anything like that. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Wheat, I think it's what it is. It's brown shade here. And I'm gonna start this at the base of, like close to my lash line, and then blend it up. So I'm actually gonna use this Morphe brush. This is the M433. And I'm gonna start it close to my lash line, and then blend it up. So I'm just want it kind of all over my lid. And then blending it into the crease. And these blend really well. I think the palette was maybe $14. If I feel like everything is just $14 from this, which honestly, like a lot of it was. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, same shade, starting low and building it up. I think I'm just gonna do an all matte look today. Just blend your heart out. Morphe brushes are pretty affordable too. You can get them at Ulta. You can get them online at Morphe.com. I just really like them. They're affordable and they work really well. So I'm going to go back into a big fluffy brush that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm going to just blend that out in the crease. Back and forth. I'm actually just going to take a little bit more, like right up into my crease and out a little bit. Kind of like out to the edge here. Make my eye look a little bit longer. Sorry, the light keeps adjusting. I always forget to turn that off whenever I film. Okay, and then I'm going to take the darker shade. This is the shade Espresso, this brown right here. And that, I'm going to take like a little synthetic fluffy brush. And I'm going to start it, again, close to my lash line. And a little bit more like on the outer V and blend it out. I'll blend that out in just a second. But I don't want to really take this into the crease very much. I want this to just kind of stay on the lid and then blend into the shade Wheat. So then I'm going to go back into that brush that doesn't have anything on it now and just really blend it out. Okay, gonna go back in with a little more, kind of closer on this side. I need to touch up. And overall, like, I'm impressed with this palette. I was gonna purchase some of like the Burt's Bees eyeshadows, but they come in like a tri set or whatever with 3 colors, but I think I like this one better. Okay, so just like a simple brown smoky eye. Building up those colors. This was literally just 2 colors. And just really blend it out. Okay, then we'll go to the lower lash line. This is another Morphe brush, an E18. I'm going to take the shade Wheat and kind of just push that. Sorry if you guys hear the trash man. And I'm just putting this all over like the underlid. I don't really know what this is called, but I call it the underlid. Just blending that all underneath there. And then I see a spot where I want to kind of blend out a little bit more of this one right here. And then I'm going to take a flat brush, another Morphe, and I'm going to go into the shade Espresso. So that I'm going to act like kind of a liner. I'm going to push that right up on my lash line. Just the outer portion though, I don't want to bring it all the way in. I don't think today anyways. So just pushing it right up against there. Then I'm going to take that and push it on the top lash line. Again, acting like kind of a liner. And it gives the illusion to make your lashes look a little bit more full. I'm gonna go back into a little bit of the shade Wheat, blend it out. Then I'm gonna go back into the shade Alabaster, and that's gonna be like my highlight under my brow bone, but it's matte, so nothing shiny. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a highlight with the shade Champagne. So that's this color right here. I've used this before as a highlight and it's really pretty. So just right there. So just a pretty brown smoky. Then we're gonna go on to brow. Actually, let's do my eyelashes first. Let's just knock that out of the way. The mascara I'm gonna use is the Honest Beauty brand, and I thought about using my Burt's Bees one, but I like the Honest one because you can get it at Target, so I still think it's a drugstore, and it's like the best mascara ever that I've ever tried. So I'll definitely use that today. I usually order mine online. I don't have a Target near me. And this is a Revlon eyelash curler. I've had this for goodness, I don't even know how long. So then this is the Honest Beauty mascara. Mine's a little dirty from my makeup bag. Has the primer on one end. So I'm gonna apply that first. And I can tell that I need to get a new mascara. I feel like I go through this a lot quicker than I do any of my other mascaras in the past. So then I read that you're supposed to leave the primer on for like 30 seconds and then do the mascara. So this is the wand. It's kind of like a cone pointed tip, and it is like a silicone brush. Air it out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and apply. This mascara has just made me not want to buy any other mascaras. My beauty counter, I finally had to throw it away because I usually use that for the lower lashes. But it needed to be tossed. It needed to be thrown away. I just freaking love this mascara. There's my pretty lashes. And then I'll take just a little bit on the lower lash line. I don't usually use this one on the lower, but it looks just as pretty. Okay, then we'll go into brows. So, and I don't know if I mentioned this, I think it's like $15, like $14.99 or something like that. So for brows, I like the Found brand again. So this is the Shape and Define Brow Pencil, and this is the shade Taupe, I believe, like Universal Taupe or something. Yeah, Universal Taupe. You get a spoolie on one end, and then you get the twist up on the other end. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's kind of thick, so you can't really be like have a precise line with it. So I'm also going to use the powder. So I'm going to do this first and just kind of go along my brow. I like this because it's a little on the waxy side, so it kind of puts your brows in place. So I'm just filling that in. I like to use the shade Taupe because I don't like my brows to be too warm, and I feel like the shade Medium or whatever, I've tried that one and it was just a little bit too warm for me. So I like to use this shade. So I'm just quickly filling that in, and it kind of, you know, like I said, it has the waxy feel to it, so helps the brows stay in place a little bit. Okay, so there's the pencil. Brush them up a little bit, and then I'm going to go into the eyeshadow palette and use the shade Espresso just to kind of define it a little bit more. And it's this shade, but very lightly because that's pretty brown. And what I do is I just take my eyebrow brush, dip it in, and then I like put it on the back of my hand to like stamp it off, so it takes a little bit of that color off. So then I'm going to definitely just fill in the underside here. And it just defines that a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. But again, just like stamp it off a little bit so it's not too harsh. And just line that underside. And then for that one, I'm probably going to take a little bit on the top. And then it kind of clings to the powder kind of clings to the wax from the eyebrow pencil pretty well, so that helps too. Then, so that's like all of the face. And the next thing we're gonna do is lips. And I was like, I don't have any lipsticks. I totally forgot to get a lipstick, but I forgot I had these. So these are the Burt's Bees liquid lipsticks. So I picked up 3 of these just to test them out. They are not matte liquid lipsticks. This is just like a glossy satiny finish. So this one is the shade, or here's what it looks like. I guess I could show you. Has the doe foot applicator. This is the shade Sandy Seas. And it's just like a very glossy, very pigmented. So that's the shade Sandy Seas. It's a little on the pinky side. And then this is the shade Tidal Taupe. And again, these are not matte. So that's Tidal Taupe, that was Sandy Seas. And then this last one is really pretty. This is Mauve Meadow. So that's Mauve Meadow. I think with the look that I have, I'm gonna go with Sandy Seas, just so it's not like overpowering. Yep, Sandy Seas. So again, this is very glossy. Okay, I forgot I really like this color. And I love that it has the pointed tip to it. It makes it so much easier to apply along the edges of your lip. That's really pretty color. Okay, I like it. I think it went good with this look. Even though my hair is a disaster, like day 3 hair, day 2, whatever. So that was the look I created with all Drugstore green or clean beauty products. So these would be like my picks of the brands to look for if you're well on a budget. And even though they're more expensive than a lot of other products, these are the ingredients that are the products that you want to look for if you're trying to transition to the green beauty, clean beauty world. So I really liked this. I love a matte eye look. I think it's so pretty. And I will get everything linked up shortly after I post this video. But if you have any questions, comment below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I think the foundation looks really pretty. These blushes are really good. Burt's Bees does a really good job with the blushes. And I'm digging the lipstick. So there's my green beauty Drugstore. I've been wanting to film this for so long, and I'm glad I finally got it up for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.